The Ohio Oil and Gas Association is underway at the Easton Hilton Hotel in Columbus. Today, Ohio State Senator Brian Chavez was awarded the association's Oil Field Patriot Award, and a coalition of activists from Southeastern Ohio picketed outside the hotel to protest Chavez for his connections with the oil and gas industry. Chavez is the former CEO of Deep Rock Disposal Solutions. That's a company that drills and operates injection wells in Southeast Ohio. Though the senator asserts he stepped back from the company, the groups allege he maintains financial ties with their operations and has used his position as chair of the Senate Energy Committee to advance oil and gas interests. The groups displayed their own award for Senator Chavez and Deep Rock, the Corporate Crime Award.
We deliver this award for writing laws to shield the injection well industry from liability. His former company's brine is migrating miles underground, threatening our neighbors in Noble County and the drinking water of 32,000 people in Marietta, Ohio.
The protest today comes after a number of local governments and water boards came together, like we mentioned, to demand a moratorium on injection wells. We reached out to John Fortney, the communications director for the Ohio Senate Majority Caucus, to get a comment from our interview with Senator Chavez. Fortney responded, quote, "This is nothing other than a publicity stunt funded by radical organizations that have a mission to kill the oil and gas industry by scaring the public with junk science and bullying public officials," end quote.